must have been outside. He tried the quarter and missed. Boy, these guys cannot lay off pitches. How are these guys laying off these pitches that close?
Welcome back to Movie Rewind. I'm your host, Michael Jennison. And with me today, my co-host thinks he's Rick the Wild Thing Vaughn. Welcome back to the pod, Chuck.
Burn on, baby, burn on. What's going on?
Nothing much. This is very spear of the moment. The Guardians, if you don't follow baseball, they rattled off, I don't know, an insane September and snuck in and won the Central. So, in a lot of ways, it followed the plot of Major League. I think they were 61-60, Chuck, they state. And I looked to see if we were 61-60 and like we were 65-66 or something like really, really close. So pretty nice. Similar, pretty topical. So in honor of the Guardians playing the Detroit Tigers in the wild card, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. We're both from Cleveland, both like the Guardians, and both love this movie. So should be a good one. Thank you, Chuck, for doing this.
Absolutely. Happy to be here, man. You picked basically my two favorite childhood movies, Rounders and Major League, for my first two times back, besides the award stuff. So couldn't turn it down, man. This is right up there for me for sure. Major League, one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's funny. When they were making this run, I was kind of in my head thinking like, oh, if they pull this off, I think that would be really fun. So it worked out great. So Chuck, let's just kind of dive right into it before we talk about the plot of the movie. Can you let us know like what's your history with this movie? You've already said that it's one of your favorites. Like, do you remember the first time you watched it? And before viewing this, what was your thoughts on the movie?
It's a great question. Having not really thought about this coming in, I'm kind of just thinking on the fly now. Growing up, huge Indians fan. Our family, our household, man, this movie is like as much to like the franchise and just growing up with the awesome 90s Indians teams as like anything. I'd say, it's a movie I definitely watched before every opening day, pretty much my whole life. Maybe like one of the first like true R-rated movies I've ever seen. Like I can remember being, probably 8, 9, 10, 12 watching this movie. I mean, so yeah, I'd say that's, pretty good background for it. And, one of my favorites, I've always, for a long part of my life, I did refer to it as probably, my favorite movie actually. So.
Yeah. It's like, it's
more than just a sports movie, right? More than just a sports movie, although it's mentioned all the time as one of the greatest sports movies.
Yeah, it's interesting because we're from Cleveland, and this is very much like just so beloved in the city, but it really is like one of the most beloved sports movies of all time, one of the most beloved baseball movies of all time. Doing a little research before we saw this movie, or before we talked about this movie, just kind of diving in a little bit. People had said this is probably the most played movie in clubhouses year after year. If they're tossing a movie before the game starts, a lot of times it is Major League still to this day, which is really cool. They had, I don't know, I've heard multiple baseball players say that it's a fairly realistic interpretation of the Major League, and also just really funny and pretty good baseball is being played here. It kind of holds up decently well, especially for now being 35 years old. And yeah, I agree with you, Chuck. I mean, this is probably I didn't realize it was rated R until you said it. This is probably the first rated R movie I saw.
Yeah.
It's not that R of a movie. But yeah, I don't remember a time when I can't tell you the first time I saw this movie because this movie was just always around when we were growing up.
Having been like 10, I think it just sticks with me as like, like that's,
Yeah. I mean, it's probably the first R-rated movie I saw too. I mean,
yeah,
I can't even, I was probably one when the first
I remember
was in
I
a
think
room
the
with
first
this.
time, to throw more background, I think the first time I ever watched this movie was probably on cable or whatever. But I remember like recording this on a VHS and watching this routinely on a VHS, on a recorded VHS that like, my mom would have recorded for me. Yeah.
Well, I know it's funny because the Indians hadn't made the playoffs in about 35 years, I think, before this movie takes place. And then, like, this predates the 90s run of the Cleveland Indians, but um, it also goes like this became a beloved movie, and then the Indians had that run where it kind of like really became the fabric of kind of the Indians, now Guardians organization. Like you see Rick Wilding Vaughn jerseys at every game you go to.
True, yeah.
And same
Intertwined
with
in the culture of the city of the team. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good point.
yeah. Yeah, no. And so before we kind of get into this, I also thought something was interesting is that David S. Ward, who wrote and directed this movie, is from South Euclid, Chuck.
Wow,
He essentially wrote this as a love letter to the city. He was a big then Indians fan growing up. And he came to the conclusion that the only thing if they were ever going to win anything, he was going to make a movie where they won. And so that's why he made the movie.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah. Yeah, they say like there's the one they make some reference. It's the first time they've won the first game or the first hitter of the game got on base in 15 seasons. So they
Yeah.
really drive home how bad they've been. I was
Yeah.
always told they picked the Indians based on how bad they were, but of course, but there's some hometown tie in there. I always thought, hey, they're the worst team of the laughing stock, so we're gonna do it about the Cleveland Indians. It's believable, but I guess it's kind of true.
Yeah, I know, Chuck. So I remember that story too. I think we both probably heard it from the same person. I couldn't find that. I
Mm-hmm.
from what I could find today, David S. Ward, this was like his
Yeah,
creation, his baby. He wrote and directed it. Um, Maybe Hollywood was like, yeah, the Indians are the perfect team to do because they have been like the lovable losers for almost 35 years at this point.
yeah.
But
Or
yeah,
maybe everyone just assumed that, you know.
maybe just assumed that. But very much a guy that was at least raised in South Euclid made this movie because he was an Indians fan. Um, we can get into the movie. I actually do have wine with me, though. I'm drinking Coppola Chardonnay. I didn't have a chance to go to the wine store, so I just got this
Nice.
from Safeway.
Is
Um,
Coppola an ongoing theme of the pod?
no, this is my second Coppola. I mean, it's just like a fairly cheap wine that you can buy at grocery stores, and I didn't feel like going to like the actual wine store today. Was running low on time, so this is what we
Looks
got.
good.
It's not a bad $10 bottle of wine, but it's a $10 bottle of wine. It's a Chardonnay. I decided to go white. So let's dive into the movie. Chuck, I think it's really funny. I had probably saw this movie for the last time the Guardians made the playoffs. So like 2 years ago, and I remember the opening shot is one of the Guardian statues, which is
Yeah.
hilarious.
How about the opening shot, right? Like the
I,
first scene is like the Guardian statue on the bridge.
yeah,
And when I saw that, I was kind of taken back. I guess I haven't seen it since the name change.
mm-hmm.
That's
It's
the
almost
first thought I had.
it's almost eerie, and you almost wonder if that was part of like that was kind of almost the spark of like, oh, we can name them the Guardians.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I would have thought I would have heard that by now. Like it's almost too perfect.
it's it's like the opening shot, which is
Yeah.
very cool. It works it works really well. And also Burn On by Randy Newman plays in the background.
Yeah. Every good movie has a Randy Newman song, so
Yeah, so that's
check.
that's the quota. Um It really works because it's like they're showing like steel workers and lunch pail guys, and it's a funny depiction of Cleveland if you like live in Cleveland, because I don't know, it just seemed very like generic and cliche, like steel town, blue collar city, but whatever, it works.
Yeah, a bit of a montage, but yeah, showing a little bit of everything, some Cleveland bars and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
the steel mills or whatever. Yeah,
yeah, it sets the scene nicely. You know why he picked Burn On? I mean, obviously that song's about the Cuyahoga River catching on fire, but
well, there you go. I would assume that's probably why, right?
yeah. So the director David S. Ward was like, I picked that song because that's the only song I could find that was about Cleveland.
Wow,
It's about a song about the river catching on fire, which is
that's hilarious.
quite comical.
That checks out.
Yeah. So very quickly, they do a really good like montage during this of like newspapers flashing by showing that the Indians haven't won anything in 35 years. And then we quickly get tossed into the premise that the owner of the team has passed away, and his showgirl wife, Rachel Phelps, is now the owner of the team, and she wants to move to Miami, and she wants to essentially have a team that sucks so bad that no one wants to see the games, so she can get out of the contract with Cleveland and move the team to Miami. Which is funny because there's no Miami Marlins at this time, so kind of a dated scenario, but it is what it is. I think we get our first like funny quote that I know Chuck and I say quite often when they're looking through the list of players.
And I know exactly. This guy's dead.
This guy's dead. Then cross him off the list. Then, yeah. So just very, very funny concept and a good concept. Anything to add, really, in the early 15 minutes?
No, just definitely that quote. One of my favorites. I mean, I quote I use all the time. We use all the time.
Yeah.
No, that kind of sets the background there. They're going through some of the players, and they mentioned that Lou Brown's the manager of the Toledo Mud Hens. I always thought that was funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
And he's like working at a tire store.
Yeah.
And turns down the job.
Said you were with the Yankees.
Yeah.
Tom Berenger quote.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we get the intro to these like 3 rookies, couple veterans, and then also Jake Taylor, the lead, who's a former all-star catcher, now has been playing in the Mexican League. Shout out Trevor Bauer, and has to come back. Essentially, comes back to the Indians to have one last moment of glory. The rookies are Ricky Vaughn, who is a fireball thrower with no control, who just got out of the state penitentiary. Whatchamacallit, Willie Mays Hayes, which is shocking because it predates Kenny Lofton. Because if this movie came out, I don't know, 5 years later, you'd be like, oh, they made a Kenny Lofton character. Because it's like exactly Kenny Lofton. Kind of crazy, but speedster center fielder who swipes a lot of bags, more of a contact hitter. And a bit of an ego. Shout out Kenny, though, my all-time favorite Indian. And then you also get Pedro Serrano, who's a power hitter who can't hit a curveball, which is a great concept. And also is into voodoo. So you get really rich characters out of the rookies. And then you get Ed Harris, who's like the veteran pitcher. Who like puts Vaseline on the ball. I actually love him. Like he's just so ridiculous and over the top.
So ridiculous.
And he's an alcoholic and a big Christian. And you have Roger Dorn, third baseman, high contract, high played payer who just really doesn't care about the team winning or losing, just cares about the money at this point. And then Jake Taylor, the washed up has-been catcher, all led by Lou Brown, who's awesome. Plays by James Gammon, who's the lifeblood of this movie. He's so funny. And former manager of the Toledo Mud Hens.
My kind of team, Charlie.
I think as this movie's age, Ricky Vaughn is by far the most recognizable character from this movie, played by Charlie Sheen. But all these characters are so great. You like them all. They all have great arcs. Anything to kind of build off there, Chuck?
No, that's basically it. Great ensemble cast, just great iconic characters, This is kind of where we get the introduction to them all, for sure.
Yeah, and I think they do a good job of introducing them one after another. This is classic, like, 80s sports movie kind of. Everyone has their, like, great weakness that they need to overcome, which I'm cool with. I think there's a lot of cliches here, but it just kind of works. It's kind of just...
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, it all works really, really well. So we can kind of get into it. The spring training scene just shows that they suck. Essentially, they suck. There's some funny montages there of like Pedro Serrano trying out a curveball and Willie Mays Hayes hitting pop-ups and having new push-ups every time he does that. And Ricky Vaughn, the two managers stand in the batter's boxes and he can't even come close hitting the strike zone. I think it's also funny they talk about how great his velo is and he's throwing 95, which is like slightly above average. I
think he hits 96. Not to spoil later in the movie, but yeah.
Yeah, which is like slightly above average. Like, he's got a cannon for an arm.
We see all the personalities. We wear caps and sleeves at this level, son.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Not much of a dresser.
That's hilarious. Yeah, there's a lot of really funny quips. I should have wrote some down about. I wrote farther down the line, some more funny quotes. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's a good.
Where'd you play last year? California Penal. How'd you get there? Stole a car.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Most of my favorite quotes revolve around probably Pedro Serrano or Wild Thing, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then again, you might run like Maze, but you hit like shit.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, and I think it's interesting. Well, no one knows where really Maze Hayes came from.
Yeah.
Bob Uecker has like a Bob Uecker's a funny quote.
I don't know where he played last year, but I'm sure he was good or something like that, right? Is that where you're going?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. And then I guess we get the scene where he's in his pajamas, and he gets woken up. They carry him out, and he beats everybody in the foot race just to show how fast he is.
Yeah, and I think this
no idea where he came from. Yeah,
yeah, and this is good like movie lore, but he talks about how I guess Wesley Snipes is actually like really slow, and they had so every time he runs, he's in slow motion because of how slow.
Funny. That's actually one of the things I thought about. I thought he looked good running the bases and stealing the bases and stuff. I thought that was a pretty realistic looking.
Dude, his slide into home.
At the end.
Yeah, it's like that's like legit like a picture perfect slide.
Yeah, that is true. Got the leg tucked and all that.
But
and they definitely make a point to like show that he like touches the plate too. Like he gets that leg down, or that foot down.
For sure. Yeah, we don't know where Hayes played last year, but I'm sure he did one hell of a job.
There it is.
So we could kind of get into the good shit here. I mean, the they suck, right? They suck. And
they suck.
We kind of start getting into things with the red tag scene, which is the final cuts. I believe this used to be true how they did it, or at least very, very similar to it. So all the rookies are worried if they made the team or not. So they, open up their locker to show the red tags. And then we kind of get the first confrontation of Roger Dorn and Ricky Vaughn, because Roger Dorn puts a fake tag in Ricky Vaughn's locker, and they start fighting.
Very, very like high school esque.
Yeah.
Like for Major League Baseball, I mean, probably not these days. Yeah.
No, I know. I think there's a really, really great shot though of when Ricky Vaughn opens up the locker and you like see his face.
It's only blur. It's very blurry, but you can tell he's looking at a red tag.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I know, because like it had been a while since I've seen this movie, a couple years, and I saw that shot and I was like, "Damn, Major League! Look at that! That's cinema right there."
I agree. I agree with you. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then we get to the start of the season, and I mean, like Bob Uecker's endlessly quotable. This movie, you hear him all the time.
Yeah, but yeah, he's.
One that I have not heard, and he calls them the Sons of Geronimo. And that made me crack up.
Wow.
So in the opening, calls
he's incredible. Just iconic line after iconic line.
Yeah. But the opener,
a bit outside. He tried the quarter in this. Boy, these guys cannot lay off pitches. How are these guys laying off these pitches that close? I mean, you can't go to a baseball game today and not hear those quotes, right?
You can't listen to a baseball game and hear people say that. Like that's probably the most quoted but sports quote, movie quote of all time, where you just hear it. It's just everyday modern pop culture.
No doubt.
I forgot that he adds, how are these guys laying off?
How are these guys laying off pitches this close? It's like ball 9, ball 10, whatever he's saying.
Being thrown at his ankles and stuff.
Right.
They end up getting their ass kicked. There's a lot of foreshadowing that comes back later. Willie Mays Hayes gets picked off. Ricky Vaughn gives up a home run. Pedro Serrano strikes out. Yada, yada, yada. A lot of foreshadowing. I do want to say that my least favorite part of this movie, Chuck, is Jake Taylor. And his love interest.
I mean, I got so many notes. Like every time it popped up, I like made another note of it. It's the worst part of the whole movie. But go on with your thought.
It's like it's way more than I remember. It's like 30, maybe 40% of this movie is Jake Taylor and his love interest.
Yeah, we're supposed to care, right? Like out of nowhere. There's no
Like,
background or anything about what
no,
their
I know.
love was.
He first sees her at like the rookie veterans dinner when they first get to Cleveland. He's like, "There's my." He calls her his ex-wife, I think, which is weird because we found out they weren't married. There's like very little background said. We find like the whole thing's written really bad because he calls her like a world-class athlete, but we didn't even know that she was an athlete, and she's like, "All I care about is books now." Like.
He mentioned she was a Olympic athlete, right? Yeah.
Eventually, she says that he swam the 200 IM in like this cringy scene at he tails her home and he's at her like her fiance's
It's
house.
progressively more horrible. It's like it's like hilarious baseball scene with an iconic line, and now here's 5 to 10 minutes of Jake Taylor being a stalker.
Yeah, being a stalker and just being weird, and like he literally left her 3 years ago to go play baseball in Mexico, and he's cheated on her like countless times.
Yeah, it doesn't even hide from it. The one time it's like real creepy. It's like, I want to see who had a better body, and he's just like hey, you can't fault me. Weirdo, just total weirdo,
dude. At what point?
I guess to a 10-year-old, that's not something that's resonating. I think that would just kind of be like the boring scenes.
Yeah,
you're just interjected.
You're just glossing over it. But then at one scene, the scene that got me the most. Well, I stopped being an athlete 3 years ago. Books are my life now. She literally says that. That's a direct quote, and it's horrible. And then
it even got him to read Moby Dick. Was that the quote that got him to read Moby Dick, or what?
Yeah. I should say that this is Rene Russo's first movie ever. She became kind of at least a bankable actress after this, but
her first movie. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and no fault of her own. It's just like terribly written and just cringy.
I agree, and I got kind of a bit of a theory. I was just thinking about that today, about that. You know, it's like a 1989 movie. It just kind of just felt like a little bit of a corny love story, like all 80s, early 90s, pre-turn of the century kind of movies, comedies even had, right?
Yeah, no, that was kind of my take too. It was like they felt like they almost needed it because it feels like it's forced, and it's almost
to give it more substance. Yeah, right. Because even in the second one, we get a Charlie Sheen love story a little bit.
Yeah, like, like this is similar to around the time Tin Cup happened. They kind of, Tin Cup's all about the girl at the end of the day, too.
And Rene Russo also Tin Cup, correct?
Oh, shit. Is she also Tin Cup?
Yeah.
At least someone that looks like her. No, she is Tin Cup. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, there you go. Is there anything more you know? Tin Cup's 96. I thought that was way closer to the 80s than 96. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these movies have this. This movie really doesn't need one, but we still got it.
We got it.
We got a lot of it.
And it was there every time you blink your eyes, man. It's here. Oh, it's back again,
I know. What killed...
I don't want to do spoilers, but man, it's right there to the last shot, right?
No, and the movie's only an hour 40. It flies by, but there's so much of that.
Yeah.
But the worst scene of the whole entire thing between these two is when she's like, we already are like, we get it. Jake Taylor treated you poorly. Like, you had all the right to leave him. Like, I'm there. Like, I'm like, dude, just run away from him. This guy sucks. Like, I'm there. But then she goes, I threw a surprise 30th birthday for you, and you didn't come home. But you know what happened? A guy came and dropped off paternity papers.
Jesus.
And it's like, Jesus Christ. Like...
Jesus.
Like, what?
I don't even remember that quote necessarily. Did she says that?
Yeah.
I think I probably zoned out a few times during those. I mean, I've seen the movie 50 times, but yeah, wow.
It's like his third advance, and that's what she says to like get him to calm down. But you know what? Like 5 minutes later, that's when they actually hook up, and he like can't get her dress off, and he like uses his cleats to pull off the dress.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Wow, that's a cringe as fuck scene. Holy shit.
Oh, it's horrible. It's like 80s cringe up the wazoo.
Yeah.
And then like they sleep together, and then she's like, this doesn't change anything. It's just like, and then he goes to her apartment.
I think it's very quickly changing things. Yeah, well, before he goes to her apartment, he goes into her current boyfriend's apartment, right? And they're having that dinner party or whatever the fuck they're having, drinks.
Yeah, and that's
And
when he makes
if
like
that's not weird, if that's not weird enough, like he didn't think that was weird that he randomly showed up in his apartment, that he was, following his girlfriend home.
Yeah, and that's when he makes the
I mean,
creepy
yeah,
200 IM comment where he's like, "I want to raise Olympic daughters in Hawaii." They're like, "What?" And they're like, "What sport did you do?" And she's like, "The 200 IM." It's just so fucking weird. And then he gets her. Anyways.
And it worked. Spoiler alert.
Anyways, that was my hot take. Was there's way too much Jake Taylor, and
Way
Lynn
too much.
Wells is her name in this movie, and it really blows. But anyways,
it really blows.
Let's get
back to the baseball.
Back to the baseball. Here's another good quote: "One hit, one goddamn hit."
They got one net. You can't say goddamn on the radio. No one's listening.
Dynamite dropping's actually Major League 2, Chuck. Unfortunately,
Dynamite dropping, Monty. Yeah, there's definitely a few that So I guess they start getting better then. I mean, is that where we get to? There's a scene where they make a.
Well, it's funny that they're just okay. They're there's no It's
they go out of their way to say they're 60-60 at one point, and they lose that game, and they say they're 60-61 or whatever.
Yeah. So they're 500. Three-fourths in the season, almost 2/3 into the season. Hard to make the playoffs back then though, because you had only two teams in the AL East. The AL made the playoffs. So they're 500, but even here, Lou Brown is talking to the GM, and he's like, "Yeah, we got a lot of good rookies. They're showing promise. The veterans are hanging in there." And it's just there's no movie magic at this point. It's just yeah, man. They did a good job scouting. They did a good job of player development. People are doing their job. They're a 500 ball club, and they shouldn't be. And that
sounds like the modern day Guardians.
Kind of guards ball, man. There's such a guards ball scene here at the end. Yeah,
that exact scene actually happened a week ago against Tariq Skubal.
Except for Fry's face was the bat.
Yeah, true.
Anyways,
he's probably David Fry's probably about as fast as Jake Taylor.
Yeah, about as injury prone.
Yeah, true.
But
creaky knees.
But the funny thing is that that's when the GM finally reveals the plot of whatever the plot twist, and not really a plot twist, but he
comes clean that they were all hired to suck.
And that's when they start rallying as a team around their owner, and you get the famous line from Lou Brown, "There's one last thing to do, win the goddamn thing." Or does Jake Taylor say it?
Jake Taylor says,
yeah, there's one last thing to do, win the whole goddamn thing.
Win the whole fucking thing, I believe.
Win the whole fucking thing? Sorry, I shouldn't use God's name in vain there. It's probably win the whole fucking thing.
You had it. I guess this coincides with them cutting maybe the amenities and the luxuries of a major league clubhouse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The owners cutting corners. They can't use their jacuzzi or anything like that. And so then they do the she's a showgirl, so they do it where they're revealing her body because he makes a rough. Lou Brown says they got to win 35 more games in order to make the playoffs, which takes them to 60, 35, 95 wins? That sounds about right. That seems realistic.
Yeah, had to be a top two team. I'd say it's about right. I'm not even sure if more than one or two 95 win teams this year in all of baseball.
Yeah, so it seemed accurate. I was behind that concept. And then we get a nice montage of some good old-fashioned baseball where they're just kicking ass and taking names.
Wahoo baseball.
This is when we get Willie Mays Hayes nailing the gloves on the wall, which is Wahoo baseball, and that's when we get Willie Mays Hayes nailing the gloves on the wall, which is my favorite scene because I love that often. Yeah,
he makes the comment. He's he's got one pair for every base he's going to steal this year, and it just shows him just kind of just kind of sloppily just nailing these gloves to like a bedroom wall.
Yeah,
Awesome.
like his shitty apartment. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super cool. I love that. Oh, this was earlier in the movie, but one of my favorite quotes was, "Nice catch. Never fucking do that again."
Yeah, right.
Well, he does like a 360 that makes like a basket catch.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, they play great baseball, and they're now in a playing game with the New York Yankees. They're nemesis to make the playoffs. Yeah,
And then we got about 20 minutes of movie left, and this is a great 20 minutes of cinema right here, man.
yeah, but
The
don't
climax
worry.
is fantastic.
Don't worry, we get one more weird interjection from the baseball storyline. Charlie Sheen sleeps.
Oh yes,
Ricky Vaughn sleeps with Roger Doran's wife because we needed that. That was
unknowingly. Yeah, we didn't need that, but I guess it's kind of interesting. Like, yeah, she's watching the news and sees him, whatever, like canoodling, hugging, flirting, grabbing, pulling a woman into a closet.
Office. Yeah,
implying some sort of sexual encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we get her going out of her way, and he didn't know who she was.
Yeah. No.
And that is a pretty funny scene though.
Yeah.
Mrs. Roger Dorn. And then it becomes he realizes what he did, and then I guess Rick Vaughn and Jake Taylor are roommates. She walks out of the bedroom and says, "Hey, Jake," and Jake Taylor sees her like, "What the fuck?" I didn't know who she was.
Yeah, he walks. Yeah, I didn't know who she was. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we need that? I don't know. I guess they certainly pitted those two together as the rivals the whole way, right? It was like the kind of trailer trash kind of guy from the gutter, rookie, and then like the rich country club veteran. So from the get-go.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because I agree that it was kind of funny, and there was a great scene at the climax of this movie because of that scene. So I think the trade-off works.
That is true.
And it also yeah, it's not that much screen time either, so I'm cool with that. It comes back to the fact that like we waste so much time on Jake Taylor and fucking Rene Russo's love story.
Way better than anything that went on between those two.
Yeah, way more entertaining, way more of a trade-off, way more iconic. Like that was fine. I also love the fact that Jake Taylor and Ricky Vaughn live together. I don't know if we know that until that
I don't even know
scene.
if we know that either. He's like it's the vibes of him just like eating cereal in the kitchen at 11 p.m. is like the vibes you get like when he walks out of the bedroom. You know?
No.
All right.
Yeah, super funny. And so then we get to the last 20 minutes is probably my favorite 20 minutes of sports movie.
So good, man.
It is so good. We find out that Lou Brown wants to go with the veteran, even though Ricky Vaughn has the full rest. He decides to go to the veteran, and he goes to Ed Harris. Dude, it's so funny. First off, I think it's kind of lost on us that Ricky Vaughn is actually a starter. I believe he goes maybe full-time closer in 2, but for the most part, he is a starter in this movie. I think it's so funny how long these pitchers pitch, which I mean, like, was fairly accurate for the times, but it's just like everyone's pitching complete games or at least going to 8.
It's like the 9th inning. It's 2-2. This dude's pitching an absolute gem. They come out to the mound, like, not even sure if he's getting pulled yet. I got another batter and me skip, like type thing.
Yeah.
It's so funny, though. Like, we're probably to assume he threw like 150 pitches.
Easily. I know. I love the scene where he's just like shirtless early on in the movie and he's talking about all the way that he docks up balls. Like, it's just so awesome and so baseball.
Bob Uecker references that in a lot of things, like a KY ball, like when he like it gets like a tapper off him or whatever. There's a few funny ones.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he throws the Vaseline ball. Yeah, for sure. There's some really funny lines there with that. But yeah, he pitches a gem, gives up 2 runs in 8 2/3. Oh, we forgot. I'm sorry. The first thing that happens is Pedro Serrano says, "Fuck you, Jobu."
That's true. He gets down to his last strike, I believe, and it says, "You don't help me now." He say, "Fuck you, Jobu. I do it myself." because he could not hit a curveball.
I know. And then he takes a curveball out of the stadium.
Man, he fucking pummels that ball. That's like the first part of how awesome that scene is. The Pedro Serrano 2-run game tying dong.
Dude.
Where he circles the bases, place going crazy. I just imagine what it was like being in that stadium when they shot like these scenes. You know, like this okay, you're the extras, just go nuts. Like you're in a plane, you know what I mean? And so he carries the bat around the field or around the bases. Just so awesome.
And he hits just a fucking like mammoth shot. Like just
a majestic towering bomb.
I fucking love Pedro Serrano. He's my fucking favorite. Just a pure power hitter who can hit the curve. Good. It's just so funny. So funny.
Yeah. I always thought of him as a mix between like Albert Bell and like Manny Ramirez, kind of, just for the era.
Yeah, maybe more like Noel at this era. Just can't hit anything but a fastball, belt high fastball. But
yeah, that's true. Actually, that's probably way more accurate in terms of one-for-one baseball
production.
Play.
I mean, I think we have to assume that Pedro Serrano had a damn good year. He was the meat of the lineup, right? Like
I mean, Lou Brown says they had 2 or 3 All-Stars on that team. I had to think he's maybe one of them.
Yeah, no, they never got his stats. We hear Willie Mays Hayes batted 293. I think I have written down, but we don't get Pedro Serrano's stats, which is too bad because I imagine he had like 32 home runs and batted like 260.
Yeah, we get Clue Hayward's stats, I believe, who was the AL Triple Crown winner that year. They say his stats.
341, 49 home runs, and 120-something ribbies.
Did you have that written?
I wrote those down, yeah, because they were just gaudy. You know, he's played by a Cy Young winning pitcher in real life.
Okay.
He's played by, I have it written down here in my notes. He is played by Peter Vukic.
I guess I did not know that.
A Cy Young winning pitcher. Pitched for 13 years, plays Clue Haywood. It's just funny.
Go on.
It's funny they got a pitcher to play him. If they're going to get a real player, you know?
Yeah, maybe the best guy could also act a little bit, I guess. I'm more of a Jack Parkman fan. I'm just going to throw that out there from the second one.
It's been a while.
He starts off on the team. They trade him to Chicago, and he's like the Clue Hayward of the second one.
Yeah. We don't need
to go there. We're not doing the second one for a reason, right?
We can talk about 2 in a little bit. I would do 2. I think I like 2, but I don't know. 2 is a 5% Rotten Tomatoes, but I've said too much about 2 so far. Pedro Serrano, home run, lit. I mean, I think that really kind of gets the adrenaline going. He's the first of the main characters that kind of gets their arc completed. But then we get, and you know, I was trying to look this up. I feel like this scene's super influential. Were closers doing walk-up songs before this?
Wow, you kind of put me on the spot here.
I mean, it's 89. You weren't really around yet either.
No, it does feel like the 90s was when that they became at least very popularized with Enter Sandman and Hell's Bells, Trevor.
Exactly,
Trevor
and like,
I mean, are we to say that Wild Thing was the original walk-up song or closer entrance song? I don't know.
Hey man, if he at least wasn't the originator, he at least popularized it. I mean, you talk to anyone who's a relief pitcher. I mean, how many Indians have tried to emulate Ricky Vaughn, and how many closers in general have tried to emulate him? I mean, Chuck tried to emulate him when he was a pitcher.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is.
Well, I mean, I think I was more emulating Eric Gagne, who was emulating Rick Vaughn.
For sure.
If you want to get into specifics.
For sure.
No, for sure. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Everyone wanted to emulate that, man. We've seen the haircuts.
Yeah. You know. Who was the stiff for the Guardians who wore 99?
One of my favorite players of the last decade, James Karinchak, wore 99. He even had the haircut for a while. And he was... Yeah, he's pretty much out of baseball now, it feels like. I haven't seen him in a while.
It's too bad. I love Karinchak. I call him a stiff.
He had about the same accuracy problems as Wild Thing.
Yeah, I know. I call him a stiff. He was cool as hell. He was cool for leading into it.
Oh, he was one of the best setup men in baseball. His spin rate suffered once they started testing for the sticky stuff, though. So
the spider.
Maybe we chalk it up to that.
That's fine. You know, whatever.
It's real baseball talk for the kids.
I forgot to mention that Charlie Sheen says he took steroids for this movie. was a high school.
Charlie Sheen's like an actual ball player, right?
Yeah, he said he trained for this. He was a high school pitcher, trained for this, took steroids, method actor, took steroids.
Wow.
And he said that he got up to 88 miles per hour on his fastball. Who am I to say that he did or didn't? 88 seems kind of realistic if he had that background.
He looks good. He looks good. He said
good.
he played baseball growing. It's so funny. Me and you used to always make the joke with him, like, oh, he's a ball player.
He is a ball player.
Because, he's like, it's one of those things where, like, you're an actor, you want to be a ball player, you want to be a rapper, you're an athlete, you want to be the rapper or whatever, you know what I mean? It's always like, and he always wanted to be a ball player. He was the Hollywood who wanted to be a ball player.
And this is like by far his favorite role of all time. Didn't Chuck went to the winning tour, right?
Well, I knew this was going to come up, and it should.
Yeah.
I guess we're almost getting to like
this is it. Yeah.
Yeah. The best part of the whole movie. Yeah. Harris. He went as far as he could, and needed to get one more out. Sure enough, very Hollywood. It's Clue Hayward, and he's 0 for 2 with giving up 2 home runs against him.
The advanced analytics, the stat sheet nerds are rolling in their grave.
Right.
But
it was just a true field play there by the skipper to bring in Wild Thing. We were talking about the entrance music. And so when Charlie Sheen was having that meltdown when he was doing the I'm on a drug, it's called Charlie Sheen, and Tiger Blood and all that. I've always loved Charlie Sheen. He's one of my favorite actors and people in Hollywood.
Who doesn't?
And I went to his show at the Playhouse Theater in Cleveland, and the only part I can remember really, just looking back, I can't remember a thing he said that night. He probably smoked 30 cigarettes on stage and then left after maybe an hour. But he came in to Wild Thing with the Wahoo hat on, with the Rick Vaughn jersey on, everything but the haircut, and man, pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I mean that's fucking sick. It's just so damn iconic. It's sick.
Such an iconic.
It's Americana. Character. Yeah, it's just like
sports character.
Like if you take your pretentious hat off and you sit down and you put a list of the 50 most iconic film scenes in film history in the last 50 years, I don't know how that's not up there. Because I think it's just impactful in general. Like I honestly think that this had a massive. I was trying to look it up. I couldn't really find anything in verbiage. But for myself, I was born in the 90s, so a little bit before this time. But like this really does feel like just being I do like baseball. Closers didn't exist in the 70s, right? It really wasn't until like Raleigh Fingers that you started getting some kind of closers, getting some kind of credit. Ricky Vaughn and the Wild Thing character, he popularized closing in baseball. He made it cool to be a closer and to be a relief pitcher. And now it's one of the most badass things you could do is shut that door down. Martin Rivera and Trevor Hoffman, obviously, with Hell's Bells and Enter Sandman. They kind of carried that torch and made it cool. But I mean, like, endless amount of just endlessly iconic, extremely cool.
Scene's incredible, man. The whole stadium's rocking to it. They're showing him singing, dancing in the crowd. They got the signs. It's just awesome, man. And like that song in a vacuum kind of sucks, but it's just so synonymous with that scene that it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's a terrible song.
Yeah. It's like we always make jokes like about like the worst songs ever. Yeah. Like it's got some elements of I love rock and roll and
yeah.
But he is Wild Thing. That song is it's unbelievable.
Yeah. And
I was talking about how good the Serrano part was. I can only imagine being in the theater. Just go nuts. Just go nuts.
Yeah. It's just so cool. He's got
Lose your mind.
He's got the glasses on, which is funny because the original glasses he gives him, I'm like, wow, that's so trendy for 2025.
I know, right? And they're like making fun of him, like, yeah.
I'm like, wow, those are actually those work.
Those absolutely work.
But then he comes in, and what does Lou Brown say to him? Don't get cute or something.
Yeah. I guess is this the throw him the heater, Ricky, or is that the second one?
No, let's throw him the heater, Ricky. Yeah.
Throw him the heater, Ricky.
Yeah. And then also this is when we kind of get the payoff for Roger Dorn coming out to the mound. And we think that he's going to, confront him. And then what does he say? Strike
this motherfucker out.
Yeah. Just
and yeah, you think everyone's like, like something's gonna happen, like he's gonna like kick his ass on the mound on national TV.
Yeah.
Biggest moment of their careers.
Yeah. So sick.
But that is what he does. He strikes that motherfucker out.
Yeah, he just throws fucking middle fucking like he's fucking Chapman fucking just throwing the fucking heat. He goes 95, 97, and then finally the dramatic
101.
He gets 101 on the gun.
The final pitch. Like, good Lord.
Yeah, I'm so happy he hits 101 because 101 is still gas,
Right, yeah, that's reaching back. That's
Hits fucking 101 and just blows it by the old Triple Crown winner. And that's sick. And like, I think that iconic scene when he comes walking out. Oh, I forgot, Trey. Remember Emmanuel Clase? I think it was ESPN last year. Remember they had Emmanuel Clase walking out on the TV coverage to Wild thing? Like perfectly.
They had Emmanuel Clase walking out to Wild thing, yeah.
Yeah, like perfectly. Just to show how iconic this fucking scene is.
Right.
But then,
screw that guy.
Yeah, screw that guy. That guy gambled on baseball. He rears back, throws 101, pops the back of the mitt. And that's it, man. I think that's probably the scene that ages best because that's what closers still do to this day. They fucking rear back and are wild as hell, erratic as hell, and they're throwing gas past people. Super
best
sick.
Part of the movie, best scene. Without that scene, this movie's probably not as iconic as it is.
No, absolutely not.
5 to 7 minutes, maybe. That's incredible.
Yeah, so fucking sick. So then we get the bottom of the ninth. Bottom of the ninth, yeah.
Bottom 9, tied game, 2-2.
2-2. We get a funny seat, Chuck, that I totally forgot. A guy almost goes yard, and a Yankees player robs the home run.
Like the most casual catch too, just kind of like glides back to the wall. That is pretty funny. He just casually barreled one like 320 down the line, but kept it in the park.
We don't need that scene.
we don't. That's awesome.
And like everyone just kind of, it's like a ho hum. I'm like, oh my god, the guy made the greatest catch in baseball history.
Right. Like what a moment. Number 1 web gem of the year. Called by Dan Patrick.
So funny. Anyways, then there's 2 outs. Willie Mays Hayes is up, and this is when guard ball goes into full effect. He hits a slow-ass chopper, basically what Jose Ramirez did against Scooble, and just beats it out, just legs it out.
Who are you talking about?
Willie Mays Hayes.
Oh, Willie Mays. Willie Mays is hit, yeah.
Yeah, he hits this just slow-ass chopper, like literally what Jose Ramirez did against Scooble last Wednesday, and just beats it out and gets on base first.
Yeah. Which is, he set the table, though. What would be the winning run? And there's also one of the cooler quotes of the movie. Where do you think you're going, meat? About 90 feet.
Yes.
Like, how cool is Wesley Snipes?
Wesley Snipes so cool. And it's just so funny that Kenny Lofton isn't a thing right now. Like, it's just so wild because this is Kenny Lofton.
It's Kenny Lofton, man.
It's Kenny Lofton. And Kenny Lofton had one of these moments against Seattle in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't he steal home against...
Stole home on Randy
Johnson. Yeah, which is almost more improbable than what happens. But anyway.
Yeah, right. True.
it's
True.
Yeah.
I mean, swag for days with Kenny Lofton, like the coolest fucking player ever.
God damn. Kenny Lofton's so cool. Anyways. I will say this, when a closer walks out, it's super sick, but one of my favorite things in all of baseball is when a guy a guy is going to steal second base to get in scoring position, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, and everyone knows he's going to steal, but yet he still has to steal. And I love
he's going, yeah.
You know he's going, right? And like, I love it. I love how this is captured in this movie, because that is high intensity. This is when baseball gets super, super, super intense. There's the pickoff. Willie Mays gets back in time, and then Willie Mays steals that base.
Such a big part of the game too, right? Getting that runner into scoring position, especially your leadoff hitter, who's implied to be maybe the fastest player in baseball, right?
We assumed he swiped 50 bags this year, and fastest player in baseball. Everyone knows he's going.
And well, wait. He said he bought 100 of these. One for every base I'm going to steal this year, right?
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah.
Kenny Lofton had some seasons up in way up there, yeah.
Close, yeah. I mean, yeah, close. I mean, maybe he's more based off, I guess, Ricky Henderson, right?
Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah. I mean, quite literally.
Yeah.
I think Ricky Henderson even had a time in his career when he was trying to hit home runs, and I think he has the most leadoff home runs in baseball history.
Yeah. But he's doing it with the Chief Wahoo on his fucking head. So, anyways, Willie Mays Hayes obviously swipes the bag. The funny thing is, the throw beats him, Chuck. With a better tag, he's out.
The throw does beat him. It's a great throw.
It is a great throw. Dog shit play by the second baseman or shortstop. I mean, the throw beats him, but
you got to get that ball on.
Yeah.
Got it.
But he swipes second. It's a great scene, and then a lot of movie magic comes into play. What are your thoughts about this scene?
I don't know. It's just a good old fashioned squeeze play, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, well, then again, was Willie going on contact? Not necessarily, right? He starts off on second, and when that throw goes to first, he makes the turn on third and breaks.
Yeah, he does like Jake Taylor does that sign to him, then grabs his crotch or whatever. I assume that's we're squeezing, he grabs his crotch, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just like I'm fucking bunning. But I mean, hell, I mean, how many outs were there?
2 outs.
Oh, okay.
2-2 game.
He wasn't sacrificing him. He was
no. He
was trying to
He's trying to get on base, and Willie Mays.
I guess in a way it's ingenious, right? Like you're gonna try to make that throw to first. Jake Taylor is implied to be like the slowest, old catcher coming down that line. You're gonna make that throw.
Yeah, you're gonna make that throw.
I mean, it's very Hollywood, but
it's something the modern day Guardian. I mean, the Guardians bunted against Scuba last Wednesday. Made that fat ass try to field his position. Like, I mean,
yeah. Made the thick boy field his position, man. I mean, hey,
he fucking snapped the ball between his legs.
Yeah, and they lost. What was that?
They lost the Central. So
15 and a half games up.
Anyways, I mean,
I mean, well, you couldn't have him hit another walk off. I guess I like how he points to the bleachers like he's about to take one deep, and then he just hits this little nubber,
Yeah, it's the red hair, and he foreshadows early.
That kind of works.
Yeah,
I think Harry Doyle even goes, "We haven't seen that since Babe Ruth," which is kind of like ridiculous. Like,
yeah, there's a little bit of ridiculousness here. The only thing is, it's kind of bad bunting form. That's kind of my biggest issue.
It's hard to teach bunting, man. Like even baseball players that I knew, like when that really needed to bunt, man, like.
Look at David Fry.
Today's players can barely bunt, man. Like getting bunts down, that's a lost art.
They can't. No, they can't. I learned a drill that you put a mitt in the back on the end of the mat, and you bat and you catch it. Did you ever do that drill?
I've always heard you want to pretend like you're catching the ball with the barrel of the bat, right?
Yep. Mr. Adderhold made me put a bat on the. I was
soft hands. I could see that. I could see that drill.
Yeah. I was actually a great bunter, but I have I'm a man of skill. Tony Gwynn is my.
I never bunted in my life. That's true. That's true.
That's fair.
Not in a game.
That's fair.
That wasn't my skill set.
I bunted a handful of times. I'm a very good bunter.
You were more of a crafty hitter.
I'm always crafty, yeah. I could not pull a ball to save my life. 100% of punching Judy. 100% of punching Judy. I fucking slap singles the opposite way.
Absolutely. Total compliment.
The best part is when I was a lefty, and when they would do the lefty shift, I'm like, oh God, I couldn't pull this ball if you wanted to. This ball's going over the third.
The only lefty who couldn't pull a baseball.
No. Hell no. No. I was fucking Tony Gwynn or fucking Wade Boggs out there. That's kind of what I was. But that's fine. That's
hilarious.
It's a lost art. I had a good eye. I could walk a little bit too. Anyways, enough about me. More about Jake Taylor. Jake Taylor lays down the squeeze. And like the best part is like his knees just like we assume like gives out and he like never walks again. As he hits first base,
doesn't Dorn like hurt his hamstring too? Like earlier in that scene too.
Yeah, he makes like a defensive play, right?
Oh, he gets a hit early in
Or does he get on base and Serrano hits him in?
He gets the single that Serrano hits in. That's
Yeah.
exactly what happens.
I think I'm
thinking something else.
Yeah, I would just assume that like Roger Dorn's like a 3-10 hitter.
In the second one, Roger Dorn goes to the plate and he gets beamed.
Drilled. He
He pulls the CJ Kafis.
Yeah.
Oh shit! And then I mean that was like they put him in there like they were shocked. Like it gets to that point, he's just like a total has been. Yeah.
Yeah. I think here we still think he's like pretty good.
Oh, they say he can still hit.
Yeah, he can still hit, just can't field. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Anyways, so so anyways, the bunt gets laid down and he beats it out, and Willie Mays Hayes flies down that line. It's shot so well. Like the way it's shot with the third baseman throwing to first. First off, they got an actual baseball player to make that throw because that throw is like Jeter-esque jump throw. It's beautiful. And that throw is like, it feels very realistic because you can see Willie Mays Hayes. The third baseman can't see that he's rounding third base. Right?
Yeah, there's a bit of a. If Willie Mays Hayes is on second going to third, I mean, he should have been a little more aware. There's a bit of a hesitation, you know.
Yeah, but you just need the out. You just need the out.
Yeah, but like the second that out isn't made, man, you're snapping that thing back home.
Well, I know. You get the triple crown winner complaining about the call. He hesitates, then he throws it home. Yeah,
right. It wasn't like a brief delay there that you're just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. That guy's an arrogant dick. I think it's believable enough.
True.
It works.
I think they just totally caught him off guard. Like, how the fuck is Jake Taylor bunting and getting down that line?
Yeah, 100%. And then Willie Mays with just such a pretty slide, perfect leg tuck, dodging the tag.
It's
just
like,
a thing of beauty. And then like the way
there's a shot of the umpire going safe. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the way that it's shot with the full stadium and the way the team runs out, it just feels my heart is pounding out of my chest still to this day. Like, you know what's going to happen. It doesn't matter. Adrenaline's still flooding out of my body. And then B, it just feels very realistic.
Who else but Willie Mays Hayes to score the winning run too?
Yeah, it's so sick.
I got a good story. I got a good story about that scene too. I remember this is probably like college age days, and we put this movie on after many cocktails, night out, and there was a handful of us. I won't shout out anybody, but you know who you are. And we put this on, and I remember watching the final 10 minutes of this movie like we were watching an actual Indians game in this position. And I just remembered like just going crazy like it actually happened, dogpiling, just going nuts.
Yeah. I mean, I could not think of a better movie to pop on after you came home from a bar.
Right. It's probably the closest we ever got to actually winning a World Series besides like 95, 97. So
that's why
2016.
That's why David Ward wrote it. Yeah. No, I mean, just so fucking sick.
True.
Yeah. And so crazy shit happens. People dogpile, and it's just a lot of fun. And then we get the weird scene of Jake Taylor's ex-flame holding up her finger, and she's not wearing a ring.
Yeah, one more time. Rene Russo showing, hey, look, I'm single again. You won. You got your way, Jake. Your creepy weirdo tendencies paid off for the last hour 45 of this movie.
Yep.
What do you think finally did it? Showing up at her house and not the boyfriend's house? Do you think that finally did it? I'm joking.
I think.
But yeah, how about her literally being in the lab? They hoist her on their shoulders, right? Like she's the one who gets lifted up at the end.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like the original script had stuff that was like, it's like for her not being in for the first 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not Jake Taylor's story. You know, it doesn't open up with Jake Taylor in Mexico, you know, in the phone.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah. Like
for that storyline to hijack everything, it's really out of place.
It's really out of place. Like the first 30 minutes, like we don't really, it's almost like they, in the editing room, they're like, you know what? This ragtag bunch of Cleveland Indians is way more interesting than this Jake Taylor story. So we're going to edit it to make it more baseball prominent. And maybe that's what happened, because there's an alternate ending here, Chuck. There's a plot twist that they took out that I know that me and you have watched before that I want to talk about. But
it was on a Wild Thing edition, which I own, the DVD copy of.
Yeah. But But for me, it's my biggest gripe with this movie. I mean, I love this movie. This movie's awesome. I own
You
this
have a Rotten
movie.
Tomato score? I mean, it was panned by critics, correct?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I meant to say this earlier. This movie came out in 1989. It was made for an $11 million budget, and it grossed $75 million at the box office, being a box office smash hit. Its Rotten Tomato scores. What's your guess?
God damn it. It's either really, really bad or it's just like sort of bad. 40. Maybe I'm thinking the second one. The second one I think was just really bad. I'll say 42%.
So, Chuck, I thought it was like a 61, 58. It's an 83% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, jeez.
No, I was kind of where you were. The second one has a 5, which is ridiculous.
Second one has a 5.
5%.
Hey, we'll split it down the middle. I hit it right in the middle.
But
wow. Okay. So the first one was awesome. I knew it was a commercial success. I knew it made a bunch of money compared to the budget.
In 2008, AFI, they did their top 10 sports movies of all time, and it was an honorable mention. So it's highly regarded in all realms. Whatchamacallit, Trevor May, who I love. He's one of my favorite YouTubers out there. I think he's a funny ass guy, and he's just a cool ass dude. He talked about this as his favorite baseball movie and how he thinks it's really realistic to what he experienced in the majors.
Yeah, it makes more sense. I was thinking maybe the critics were full of themselves, and I was going to say maybe you could chalk up the Jake Taylor shit to why they, couldn't quite get past the movie,
Yeah, I mean, I could see myself in modern day being, if this wasn't a Cleveland Indians, Guardians, whatever it would be modern day, I could see myself being like, man, it was fine, but man, the Jake Taylor stuff was annoying.
And just hard to say because they don't really make comedies like this anymore. Like, it'd be interesting if something just came out today. I don't think it would necessarily work, but I mean, this definitely got a lot of baseball comedy, R-rated type comedies and stuff, probably,
Yeah, no, I mean...
That 90s and 2000s, that era, right, was just
absolutely
all sorts of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. And so the last thing I want to add here on looking through my notes, kind of the only thing I'm missing here. So originally, and Chuck, when they were filming this, they didn't change this ending until literally test screening. So the movie was made, they shot everything. They had to reshoot a couple scenes with the owner.
Very hard to believe that this was the actual way they wanted this movie to go. Very hard to believe.
Yeah, and it's wild. So if you guys didn't know this, Rachel Phelps, who's the owner of the Cleveland Indians in this movie, there was going to be a plot twist before the playing game where she reveals that she's actually a diehard Cleveland Indians fan and that she personally scouted these players. And she knew they were going to be good, but she intentionally made up the story that she wanted to move the team to Miami to help motivate them. And so she was kind of controlling everything from afar. She was the mastermind behind the operation. It did so poorly.
In a scene with Lou Brown where Lou Brown wants to quit, I believe.
Yeah, right? Lou Brown quits and then he comes back. You're right. Me and Chuck saw the scene on the Wild Thing edition. I remember when we were like, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago. I went
back and watched it on YouTube today. But yeah, I probably haven't seen that scene in 15 years.
It's been a long time. But I remember me and you being like disgusted with it. It was like,
yeah, and it's also being kind of eerie seeing like chopped footage from like 30 years ago. Was really weird. It
didn't look right. Yeah, it was.
It seemed like
It was like blasphemy.
It was like blasphemy. I'll say this: as you were like talking about that and saying it, it kind of makes sense. We finally get closure on where Willie Mays Hayes came from, scouted personally by Rachel Phelps.
I guess that's true. I mean,
maybe there's a unresolved plot hole that we just resolved now.
Yeah, and I think one of the big things is that she saw that these guys all just had this one quirk that was holding them back, and she believed that Lou Brown was the perfect person to see that and see their potential and develop them.
Interesting.
Which is what happens. It makes the whole thing seem a little bit more like believable that this would actually happen, but we don't need it.
She's just such an awesome villain. I guess the the audience just said no. We like her as a villain.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for us.
And it's a
And I mean, movies are built around elite villains. They're some of my favorite parts of movies.
Absolutely. And I believe that this movie ages as well as it does because of her. Because like owners are still trying to leave cities. Look at the Athletics.
Yeah.
You can't call them Sacramento Athletics or you get fined. Look at the Athletics. Like it's still going on to present day. Like people are always trying to jump ship to a better city, better deal. So the most accurate thing about this movie to current day is how the ownerships are. Like they're cheap. They're not trying to win. Like
she's a female art model.
Yeah.
For another Cleveland reference.
For sure.
I'll say this too. As an 8-year-old, as a 12-year-old watching that character isn't, gonna hit for you. But as a 30-something watching it, it's like, okay, yeah, she's incredible. And I, watching it back a few hours ago, I was like, yeah, dude, she's awesome.
Yeah, she is. It's a wonderful villain. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, really good.
And then her with her assistant Charlie too, who's he has to pretend like he's going along with the plan, but he's just like a really big fan, and finally at the end there just kind of says screw you to her in a way, and
yeah. No, for sure. The second one then comes out 5 years later. I love the second one. It's been a bit since I've seen the second one, but it has a 5% Rotten Tomatoes. Maybe it's not as good as I think. For me, it's like just as good.
I got a few takes on this. One of my hot takes I used to always say was that the second one's actually better than the first one. That's not necessarily true here, I don't think. Actually, I will say it's not true here, but there are elements of it that I do really like. I mean, there's some really funny characters that are introduced in the second one. Rube Baker, the catcher, Tanaka, the outfielder.
I love Tanaka.
So more quirky characters, right? The Tanaka and Serrano feud is really, really funny.
And the Tanaka character ages so well because there wasn't really Japanese baseball players in like the mid-90s yet,
That's a good point, yeah. So a little bit of that. I think, okay, so Charlie Sheen hates number 2. I believe there's an interview that refers to it as an abortion. He hates it. He wishes it didn't. I mean, he is not a fan of it. Yeah, and it makes sense. His character is just like a boring douchebag the whole movie. He's had success. He's doing,
he's a sellout.
He's a sellout. He's doing what's the deodorant? Anything else would be uncivilized.
Old Spice.
Damn it. No. Fuck. I can't think of the.
He's like he's renaming
Scottie Pippen did this.
Yeah, he's renaming his pitches.
Yeah, he's marketing his pitches, and then he has some sort of like thing where he's doing like charity work with like the inner city kids or something, and he had a fling with the chick that's running it. So there's some sort of weird thing with the motorcycle and all that the whole movie. But the one redeeming thing about that movie, I do like the second one a lot, is that we already talked about how the best scene in the first one is the entrance of Wild Thing. Well, we're getting like an hour and a half of just shitty no more Wild Thing. He's now Rick Vaughn. He's a sellout. To that final moment when he comes out, and that's another very cool moment.
Comes out with the leather jacket, right?
With the leather jacket, yeah. He's back, and he delivers again.
Yeah, I remember the baseball just being very good in the second one as well. I mean, it might get dragged down by what they make Ricky Vaughn doing it. It's been a bit since I've seen it. I would love to rewind it. The spoiler alert is that they don't win the World Series in this one. So the second one's about winning the World Series, right? Or making it to the World Series.
Yeah, I can't 100% remember, but yeah.
They beat the White Sox. So it's probably to make it to the World Series, win the pennant.
But yeah, that scene's a big takeaway. Like, oh my God, it's him. And she goes running over to the speaker and shoves the cassette in.
Yeah,
like that's really cool because it's really unexpected. We don't get that cool Wild Thing.
The fans are funnier too. They're like, Wild Thing, you make
we get Randy Quaid, right?
Yeah, you get Randy Quaid, who's really, really funny. Oh, I forgot to mention, Too High is something there's not a baseball game that goes by that I don't say too high if you're sitting next to me in the stands. Too high. What do you mean too high? But it's hilarious.
Too high. Yeah. That is so funny. Yeah, those guys are funny. Way more reserved.
With Randy Quaid.
No pun intended. I think it said off the reservation and left.
Yes. And so, I like 2 a lot. It's been a bit since I've seen 2. Maybe it doesn't age well, but I still hold 2 in high regards.
Have you seen 3?
I watched 3 with you.
Okay.
You've
Of
seen,
course.
like, yeah. Like,
Well, I've seen 3. I actually don't even mind 3. We get some of the new characters return. I don't remember a whole lot of 3, but I definitely seen it. I mean, that's the one. That's the one where, yeah,
people should hate it.
Charlie Sheen had nothing to do with that one. I think he had a lot to do with the second one. He just didn't like how it turned out, or whatever.
Well, the funny thing is, our father said something about Major League 3, right? This Indian season's Major League 3. I didn't have the heart to tell him that Major League 3 exists.
Yeah, that is. I didn't notice that the other night.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
It's called Back to the Minors, Dad. It's an abortion. Don't watch
Major League
it.
3 back to the minors. Oh God.
Well, I remember my biggest gripe with the movie is the fact that like Pedro Serrano's in the minors in Major League 3.
True.
Where he's like, why?
The curveball problems crept back, I guess.
That's why he's actually Noel instead of Albert Bell.
Right. All bets, speed, no contact.
All right, Chuck, parting thoughts. What do the Guardians do against the Tigers?
Well, I have to be optimistic since we're on the pod and you can put me on the spot. I don't know, man. I think like the cliche thing would be we got to face Scuba. We'll be an underdog in that game. We'll go down 0-1. We've kind of had their number lately. Something's got to give. They're going to turn around and get us. But I can't go with that prediction here. I'm going to go Guards in 2.
Wow.
We get to Scuba, keep it close, keep it an even game, turn over the bullpens. Why not? I love that we got 3 in a row at home. Well,
here's my thing. Gavin Williams' ERA since August is like 1.9, which is probably better than Scooble's. So there's not a huge edge that Detroit's getting. Plus, Detroit can't hit for shit right now. They can't hit for fucking shit. They have no confidence.
That is true. They're just not a good baseball team since the All-Star break.
No, for sure. So I don't necessarily think that edge when you're taking into effect like those lineups too is that big towards Scooble against Gavin Williams. They don't have a huge edge. The only edge they have on us is Scooble. Everyone else is playing like absolute shit on that team. So being in Cleveland, it sucks that we got 1:00 fucking first pitch. That sucks ass.
Yeah,
that's going to kill the environment, I think, a little bit, but I don't know. People in Cleveland like to drink. I think we'll still be raucous. It's fun that we have 3 games at home.
It sucks that there's just a lot of diehard fans that are just gonna have to watch every single game from their cubicle.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch a single pitch of this series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sucks ass.
A lot of people are at work.
Yeah.
It
sucks. It's like it's not even towards the end of the day when I can like kind of slack off. Like I actually need to be doing shit during those hours. Like it sucks. It's terrible. MLB, figure it out. Like just have games on at the same time. This isn't March Madness. You can't get away. You can't get away with a noon game on Thursday. Like just have games on ESPN and ESPN2. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. And like the fact that the Dodgers are their first pitch is kind of early. It's like at 6 p.m. in LA. That's really early. I'm sorry they're playing in Cincinnati, and the first pitch in Cincinnati is going to be 10 p.m. But whatever.
It's a day game for them or whatever. Yeah, I mean,
it's terrible.
You're going up against
it's terrible.
The Boston, New York, LA market. It's always going to be that way. With the way it is now though, to have 3 in a row at 1:00, I can't really remember having all 3 in a row at 1:00.
I feel like
put them on at the same time. Just let one of these games be at 4:30. I mean, I don't know.
Stagger them a little bit. Stagger them like an hour and a half apart. The games are so short now.
Yeah.
Like, why can't it be 9, 7:30, 6, and 4:30? 4:30. At least if you live in Cleveland, like you're probably off work or close to it.
Yeah,
I know.
At least when there was that one playing game, you'd have one playing game in prime time, for all the marbles, which is how it was when the.
Could they flex it? Like if half the
if we're the only game 3, it'll probably be flexed prime time. But maybe not though. Maybe they want to get that series over with. We got more baseball.
Or here's another thing: start the NL a day later than the AL. Give us a 6 and 8:00 start on Tuesday, and let the NL start on Wednesday. Whatever.
I like that. Yeah,
you F up pitching. I understand that.
There's more teams, and now we're just trying to hurry it up and get it done. But Well, I'll say this: win this series, you'll play a lot later against the Mariners in the second round.
We got Mariners after this?
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure winner.
Oh,
of
yeah,
our
we're
series.
the 3 seed. Damn. I give us the Mariners. Cal Raleigh's a one-tool player. I would vote Cal over Judge. Cal Raleigh's my favorite non-Cleveland Guardian. So, but I don't know. The Mariners have been super red hot, but I kind of want them. I don't want the Blue Jays. Who won, the Yankees or the Blue Jays?
The Blue Jays won the East.
Yeah, I don't really want the Blue Jays. They're too loaded.
I'm not really afraid of the Blue Jays. In fact, I'm really intrigued by how cool that would be to face Bieber in the playoffs in the ALCS. That'd be
fair.
so cool.
That's fair. I mean, the nice thing is that the Yankees, Boston Red Sox, and the Blue Jays are going to, F each other up. So
that'll be fun to watch.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to really, I mean, we've had the Tigers number. The Red Sox have had the Yankees number. I wouldn't be surprised to see that flip here in this series. I mean, I think.
Sure.
I don't know. It's just hard because I think the Tigers will be favored in Game 1, yet it's probably a coin flip for the series, right?
I mean,
I assume Vegas has it probably 50-50. I don't know. I actually haven't looked at any lines, but
I mean, dude, we can't really hit. We're all smoke and mirrors.
That's the thing.
It's
if I'm trying to be unbiased, the fact we made it this far is kind of hard to believe. We scored the least amount of runs in the AL.
Yeah.
We scored 4 less runs than the White Sox, who lost 28 more games than us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, their pitching was horrendous. Ours was just probably good, okay, fine at times. Not great.
Our starting pitching got pretty damn good at the end of the year.
It got pretty damn good. Carl Willis. Shout out to Carl Willis.
Yeah, I know. Dude.
Gets more with less. It got to the point where it's just like, it didn't matter who we were throwing out there down the stretch, man. It's just, everyone looked good, man. Everyone bought in. Wahoo baseball.
I don't know if our father remembers this conversation, but as I was driving literally over the Oakland Bridge, so I remember the Bay Bridge. So I remember this convo with our father, but he was saying something about the Guardians are playing later that day, and I was like, who gives a shit? Like, it was like September 5th. I'm like, we're 4 games out of the wild card.
He never gave up.
I know. It's like, we have no starting pitching. We have nothing to be optimistic about going forward. Like, I was just leaning in on how terrible this organization is.
Yeah.
And then the starting pitching just became lights out. We did a 6-man rotation, and we ran with it. I don't know. Yeah.
Guards ball, baby. Guards ball.
There's rumors that we're going to bring, I don't know if the rosters have been announced yet, but there's rumors that we're going to carry 5 starters for a 3-game set because we're going straight starters for Game 3, bullpen game, but with straight starters. That would be guards ball to the team.
If you remember last year's playoffs, it was pretty much, Bybee, can you give us 4 innings and then go to the bullpen? And then.
Well, yeah, 100%. We're way better position we were last year because the fact that we actually have starters. You need starters in the postseason. You can't get by with an elite bullpen because you're just going to shoot your shot too much. Last thing, Chuck, because we're kind of getting off topic here.
Yeah, a little bonus baseball talk for your diehards to stay till the end.
Ready for this? This is a plot twist. I don't know if I'm going to keep this in here, but I want a forum to say this. The envelope rule in the Ryder Cup is a really, really easy fix. This is so off topic, but this is something near and dear to my heart. It's an easy fix. This is what you do. You have an alternate. The Davis Cup has an alternate. You have an alternate in the Ryder Cup. It's not crazy to think that you could have an alternate. What is that alternate going to do? That alternate can be a vice captain in the Ryder Cup. There's already golfers who are vice captains in the Ryder Cup. What you do is you announce, this is my alternate. He's going to be a vice captain, but
somebody on those grounds will be the alternate, and they can just get subbed in and go.
100%. So Europe.
So it could have been Keegan.
It could have been Keegan. Keegan could have been I'm our alternate. So if Ben Griffin hurts his back in the foursomes on Saturday, Keegan steps in for singles on Sunday. Like, just
I saw Billy Horschel inside the ropes. It could have been Billy Horschel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the only
or could literally be somebody who's really good. Like the 13th man.
Alex Noren, who won a bunch of times in the last month, he was a vice captain for Europe.
Oh God.
He could have he could have been their alternate. He was on site. Like, it's not we don't have to think outside the box. We don't have to be crazy.
Very easy fix.
You're a tennis guy. That's what the Davis Cup does. This isn't crazy rocket science here. The envelope rule is the dumbest thing I've heard in all of sports. And people are saying, well, there's not a good alternative. Just have a goddamn alternate. In gymnastics in the Olympics, you have an alternate. Like in swimming in the Olympics, you always have an alternate. You have alternates. This isn't crazy.
That rule's not there because it's practical and fair. It's there because it's traditional.
Yeah,
it's just been there forever.
It's stupid. It's dumb. It's
so
stupid.
So old-timey golf, it's stupid. Usually we don't have to ever use it. Although now it's going to be a talking point because it mattered, right? Like
100%.
Even if it didn't matter at the end with the score, like it played a large point.
Everything would have played out different. That crowd with Tyler Hadd in the last two holes would have been completely different. Sam Burns 3 putts a hole when nothing means anything. It's whatever. That's my soapbox. I'm going to keep that in there. That's for nobody but me. That's for the golf sickos out here who are not listening to this podcast.
I promise the next time you see me, it will be a 100% award circuit talk.
I love that. This was fun, Chuck. Go Guards.
Go
Anything
Guards,
else?
man.
Go Guards.
Awesome.
Gavin Williams, I got faith in you tomorrow, brother. Peace.
See you guys.
Bye.
Making way.